And one thing that really stood out to me is when you specifically said that disability is something to work with. In your work of hospice care, you specialize in teaching people how to live with their conditions and navigate the time that they have. Could you talk about how both reframing disability and taking that palliative care approach can kind of help us reframe disability?
Yeah, beautiful, Maya. I'm really with you. You know, even the word disability, like what is it? What's the who's the standard thing that
Mm-hmm.
we're being compared to? And once you kind of key into that question, it really opens things up in a lot of ways. We just sort of presuppose that a normal person is X, Y, or Z. That the whole thing needs to be reframed and can be reframed. It's not asking too much because the whole thing is made up in the first place. I mean, this is a made up notion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is a construct. It is not some God given, nature made kind of idea that, oh, there's the disabled and the able bodied. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. That's us making stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
But once we see that we human beings are the source of both this sort of suffering that comes from who's inside, who's outside the line,
Mm-hmm.
we're the ones placing, but we're the ones placing the line. So at first, it's kind of devastating that we hurt each other with our words, we hurt each other with our constructs, we hurt ourselves, holding ourselves against impossible things. But then at some point, you kind of come to the realization, and it sounds like you did at a very young age, where, hey, these lines are made up. So, anyway, just to sort of, really, I love your point there. And it's really true. And this is why I love your podcast, this is why I love just these kinds of conversations, because people will tune in. These things need to be learned. I don't know if it was obvious to you until you had your own experiences in the world as a younger person. And certainly, even of all my experiences with my mother, it took me a while to be in my own shoes to really get it and really own what we're talking about here.